Well, that's good to know. It's not nothing. That's what you want to hear. Before you invade a country of 90 million people with 200,000 Iranian Revolutionary Guard, what you want to hear is, hey, well, we don't have absolutely nothing at all. It's something. Oh, okay. That's reassuring. And this was always the plan. The plan, because this is what has happened in Iraq, the Kurdish third of Iraq is effectively autonomous. There was sort of a brief civil war about 10 years ago between the government in Baghdad and the Kurds. Iraq is effectively controlled by Iran because part of Iraq's security architecture includes a militia army called the Popular Mobilization Forces, and most of them are Shiite Muslims loyal to Iran. And they have launched bombs at Israel, and they have criticized the United States, and they operate in every governorate in Iraq, except for in Iraqi Kurdistan in the north. And the Iraqi Kurds had fought for independence, fought for a semi-autonomous government system, and this is where American soldiers retreated to. When the Iranian missiles started flying, we took our troops out of Baghdad, and we put them in Erbil. We put them in Iraqi Kurdistan. Now, the Kurds are huge allies of Israel because they are a destabilizing force. They are the largest ethnic group in the world without a country. They have large numbers in southeastern Turkey, northeastern Syria, northern Iraq, and northwestern Iran. And there are a lot of them. And what the Israelis and to some extent the Americans do is they use the Kurds against these governments. Diversity becomes our secret weapon. Who do we go for? People that are dissatisfied with the government, that oppose it, that are going to take up arms against the regime? It is the disenfranchised, disaffected ethnic minority, the Kurds. And so we use the Kurds in Syria, and we use the Kurds in Iraq, and we are using the Kurds in Iran. And so Israel and the U.S. have these pre-existing ties throughout these conflicts with ISIS, against Saddam Hussein, against Assad, and we are now using those contacts and using this military to create something like an invasion force across the border. And the idea is that the Iraqi Kurds are going to cross into Iran, and where is this uprising going to occur? In the western part of the country. The western part of Iran is mostly Kurdish. And so if a lot of armed, organized Kurds, backed by Israel, backed by the CIA, backed by the U.S., if they cross over the border as a military unit, well, they will probably be liberated, or rather greeted as liberators, by the Kurds that are already living in Iran. And then the question is, where does that lead? Does that turn into a full-scale uprising against the government? It's hard to see how it does. And they even admit in this article, we don't really have the numbers. It's all a numbers game. There's a lot of Kurds, but nowhere near as many as there are Persians. And you got a lot of Kurds in one part of the country, but Iran is a very big country. So that's where you start to imagine maybe there's a hybrid approach. And maybe it looks something like you back the Kurds in the north, and they cross over the border and invade. And they liberate the Kurds that are already there. And this becomes like a military force now. This becomes the beachhead. And the U.S. has their air base in Iraq, and now you have a land bridge across the border into Iran, where the Kurds have established this beachhead inside the country. And so you can then begin supplying weapons, and you can fly in, and then maybe that is aided by special forces. Maybe that's aided by a U.S. ground presence. Maybe on the eastern side of the country, you get a Balochistan separatist group. There's another ethnic minority, the Baloch, in southeastern Iran. They're very restive, and they have some separatist groups there. Maybe it becomes a two-pronged attack, and they meet in the middle. Maybe something like this is in the cards. Either way, once again, what exactly is the plan? Because what it is sounding like more and more is that this is going to turn into a ground war. It is going to turn into a ground war with us. Because again, just like it happened with the nuclear program and the missiles, all you have to do is think about these strategic imperatives. We need to destroy their missiles. We need to secure the nuclear material.
God damn it,
We
bro.
want Iran to capitulate, otherwise it isn't worth it. Israel actively seeks the end of the revolutionary regime. So if the U.S. and Israel want these things, they're not leaving without them. They're not going to give up and go home and let Iran keep bombing them or rebuild, get emboldened, have a hardliner come to power, and it's even worse. They're not going to let that happen. They would sooner escalate and take it further than allow this window of opportunity to close and actually to have worsened the situation. Okay, so if failure is not an option, and if Iran does not surrender, and if we can't bomb them into submission or destruction, then what is going to absolutely have to happen? Some ground force is going to have to go in. It doesn't matter who, but someone is going to have to go in. And from these discussions, it looks like that is the Kurds, but we know that they are not enough. We know they have deep ties to the U.S. and Israel. We know they are not enough. So what it is starting to sound like is that inevitably, that is where this is going to go. The country's going to destabilize. The regime will not capitulate. We may be incapable of destroying everything that they have. And so in the end, we're going to have to back some kind of popular uprising, some kind of hybrid, a mix of liberal anti-government forces, secessionists and separatists like the Kurds or Balochistan, and yes, maybe some kind of U.S. ground presence. But I don't see how you get to the end of the year. I don't see how you get to the end of this administration with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard intact. It's going to go. The question is just when and how. And we know the how. It has to be boots. So that's what it's going to be. And you know something? It's interesting that this is now being admitted by Netanyahu and Trump and the Kurds, because I said this about the protests in January. If you remember, in January, when all of this started, when the uprising began in Iran and it became the deadliest protest, and every paper of record in the United States, it was just, the front page was all about the atrocities that the Iranians were committing against the protesters, and that is when the United States and Israel were going to intervene. Now, there were reports when this was happening that the so-called protesters were actually not protesters at all. There were eyewitness accounts that the so-called protesters were clad in all-black uniforms, were using professional tactics, were armed with automatic weapons, and they were targeting and seizing government buildings. That's not a protest. That's not a student uprising. And they talk about that woman who burned the photo of the Ayatollah with her cigar. That's not that. You know, she's not wearing all black, storming the regional government headquarters with an automatic weapon. That's not that. When you talk about people that are in uniforms but not holding a flag, what that is a proxy force. And where did the protests occur? Yes, they took place all across Iran, but where were the most casualties? Where were Iranian Revolutionary Guard getting killed the most? Where were the government buildings being taken over? It was all in the western part of the country. It was all in the Kurdish majority provinces of Iran. And I said this last month. I said, I would bet you that that was a Kurdish invasion. That was not a spontaneous uprising. That was not the will of the people and the protesters. I said that is an invasion of a proxy force over Iraq's border into Iran. And it failed. It was repelled. Now that changes everything, doesn't it? Because it's just like everything else. The way that they framed it is that Iran was brutally cracking down on protesters, indiscriminately firing into the crowd. They were just telling people, hey, come find your loved ones in a body bag. Really? Because what this looks like is that you tried to invade Iran, and Iran shut it down. They killed those people. They brutally killed those people. They shut down the internet because they were being invaded, because we attacked their country. And then when it failed, it was laundered by the propaganda machine as a humanitarian disaster. The protesters tried, they failed, They went in, and then they were executed, and that's yet another reason why we have to intervene and destroy Iran. Think about the timeline. They say 6 days before this war began, in what is now last month, February, all the Kurdish anti-Iranian groups got together. You think that's a coincidence? What a coincidence. 6 days before diplomacy collapsed, the United States moved everything into place and initiated the conflict. All the Kurds came together, and it looks like they're going to invade Iran. Maybe that's the plan B. If Iran doesn't surrender and we can't keep this war going on indefinitely, and we need a swift end to it, achieving our strategic objectives, that's going to be that missing ingredient. But again, they're not going to be able to do it on their own. So that implies that we're going to go in. And I hope that's not the case, but I think at this point, it looks likely. Question is just what exactly is the plan? What is the end game? And sadly, I don't think there's even an inkling of that. So we're going to watch how this plays out. We'll watch how it unfolds. Of course, it could go the other direction too. It's possible that there is a faction in the IRGC that is going to take power and negotiate with the United States. It's possible. It's just that we don't know. It's a gamble. It's a huge risk to take. And it's not very good odds. Again, the character of the regime, the character of the country, they have full faith and confidence that they're going to survive this. That they have time on their side, they have their missiles, and they're going to survive. And all they need to do is get through the worst of it, and then on the other side, they're just going to be more hardline, and they're just going to rebuild everything. And they can. Missiles are cheap, and they have centrifuges. They have the technology. They got it. So if the war ends and then they emerge from the rubble, you know where we're going to be in 6 or 9 months? Right back where we started. Right back, we're going to get all over again. Iranians building missiles again. We think they're building their nuclear program again. And so either Iran totally capitulates, which is very unlikely, or we surrender due to political pressure from Congress or from the public or something, and the regime survives. If the regime survives, then all that is going to happen is that the Israelis are going to hit them really hard, and they may keep the war going in perpetuity. If Iran's missiles are depleted but not altogether destroyed, maybe Israel will just keep the conflict going at a low boil, constantly degrading the regime and waiting for that revolutionary force to come together. And then the last option is that, again, you get an American-backed force with U.S. assistance, a hybrid force, maybe comprising of
you're so annoying, bro.
Forces within Iran, maybe other separatists, and we swiftly bring down the government. And that seems to be right now the outlook on the conflict. And I gotta say, just at what point do you learn your lesson? Who needed this? And we kind of did this last night. I don't want to get too much into the rhetoric here. You all get it. But think about what is happening in our country. Think about what just happened. We had a few thousand Border Patrol in Minneapolis. We are being ripped off by Somalians. Nobody wants these people here. They fucking suck. Okay? And people say, well, many of them are citizens. Who cares? Take their citizenship away. Many of them are naturalized. Take their citizenship away and get as many of them out of the country as possible. Nobody wants them here. There have been nothing but trouble since they got here. They don't even vote Republican. And they're scamming us. We put a few thousand Border Patrol in Minneapolis to see this through. And we couldn't even do it for a month. So think about it. We go in heavy, like think about the contrast. We go in heavy to Minneapolis for our own tax dollars. They're stealing our money and then they're sending it to Somalia. We're literally liberating our tax dollars, our city, our country. And after 2 protesters died, Trump said, you know what, this is way too unpopular. We gotta get out of here. And they drew down the force expeditiously, and now they're out. And people are disputing this. There is no dispute. People say, well, that's because Minneapolis and Minnesota capitulated. No, they didn't. They did not. Tim Walz and Jacob Fry both say we have not changed a single policy, and the ICE raids are over. So we retreated from Minneapolis, where we were fighting to liberate America from illegal immigrants, so that we could focus on deploying, apparently now boots on the ground, into Iran for regime change. Why exactly? They're not a threat to our country. They have no missiles that can reach us. They have no ability to touch us. They are not a threat. And allegedly, we destroyed their nuclear program. So what are we even doing there? We don't like the regime, so we're now going to commit all this energy and time and money and personnel and resources to overthrow it? Meanwhile, this is what happens in America. Meanwhile, the Haitians are still in Springfield. The Somalians are still in Minneapolis. The Venezuelans are still in Texas. There's still 40 million immigrants here. You couldn't do an invasion force for your own country, but you can do it for Iran. Okay, got it. And the other thing that's funny about this, in the end, what will Iran be destroyed by? Their diversity. Who is protesting the regime in Iran? Liberals, college students, women, racial and ethnic minorities. What does that tell you? Who are the biggest allies in the war against the Iranian regime? Liberals, college students, women, racial and ethnic minorities. Iran is fighting for their sovereignty. You understand that, right? They're fighting so that they do not have to capitulate to Washington and Israel. They want to be free, independent, strong. And in order to do this, they need a siege Iranian regime. They have turned their country into a fortress. They need to pursue strategic weapons. They need to prepare for war. That's why the economy sucks. And a lot of people sort of understand that. Maybe they have aspirations for sovereignty. But if an outside force wants to rape your country, because that's what this is, it's great, we're raping them. We want their government to submit to us forcefully. Who is going to be our ally as we murder them, as we drop bombs, laugh, as we slaughter them, as we destroy their country? Who is the greatest ally of the evil outside force raping you, taking your freedom, taking your sovereignty? Women, students, liberals, racial and ethnic minorities. It's going to be an army of Kurds, literally an army of knuckle-dragging mudslimes, the most primitive people in the Middle East, and they're just a grieved minority. It's going to be stupid bitches that don't want to wear the burqa. They want to dance and they want to go on OnlyFans and trannies and stuff like that. It's the stupid young people that are brainwashed in universities where they have Western influence. And it is liberals that want elections, liberals that want an open society. Yeah, why do you think that favors Israel? Because an open society can be penetrated. An open society is wide open for business. Yes, we will take your foreign contributions in our elections. Yes, we will take your National Endowment for Democracy-backed press and student groups, because that's freedom. Liberalism is a cancer. And by liberalism, I don't mean like progressives. I mean liberalism. It makes us weak. It makes us vulnerable. Those are the vulnerabilities in Iran. Feminism, diversity, and voting. It couldn't be more simple. Their diversity is invading their country to topple their government. Their women are creating the propaganda to destroy their government. It's like, who would win? This 85-year-old cleric who gave his life to his country and religion, turned his country into a fortress made out of missiles and nukes, or some stupid bitch that just wanted to dance. Some stupid bitch who doesn't understand anything, who is like, I want to have fun. I want to go out and party like they do in the West. And liberals who say, well, we just want an open society where we can vote. We don't want this oppressive regime. Well, you open up the society and you open it up to all that foreign influence from the U.S. and Israel, and that's why they don't want it. Same reason China has a great firewall, and you're sort of starting to understand why. We used to think that the Chinese and the Iranians had a cyber firewall to keep their people in. They didn't want their own people to know about Tiananmen Square, and they didn't want their own people to know about their corruption, and so on. In reality, it was about keeping the West out. It was about, because what is the West going to do? We're going to destabilize their country. If there was no great Chinese firewall, We would bombard their country with anti-China propaganda. We would be talking about the Uyghurs, and we would be vilifying the regime and all sorts of things. And it would destabilize China. And you start to see this in America, where you go on Twitter and it's all foreign influence. All of it. It's all Israel. It's all India. It's a lot of the Muslims too. Let's be honest. It's Russians. It's the CIA. Our internet is being pumped full of propaganda. And you look at Iran, a country that is on the verge of collapse. It's a country that's being killed. Their vulnerabilities were those three things. Those are the three things that bring ruin to a nation. It's diversity, it's women, and it's tolerance. It's openness. And this is food for thought for America. If there was some country that wanted to destroy America, would they back a Mexican force to invade America and liberate the Mexicans in LA? Let's say, as an example, I mean, that sounds crazy, but as an example, would they back BLM rioters to destroy the cities? Would they go for the women and, try to make it into some kind of women's rights things? And then, of course, the open society, they already take advantage of it. This is how they destabilize a country. So there's a lesson in this. This is why Israel doesn't tolerate a lot of that stuff. So that's that. That's the situation in Iran. It's like a waking nightmare. But like I said, we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to keep you updated on everything. With that, we're going to move on. We're going to take a look at our super chats. We'll see what you guys have to say about all this. Much to consider, much to think about. 2026, yeah, I'm thinking no. Thinking I'm not going to vote for anyone. Where's my votes? I'm out. And I'm already getting attacked. Everybody's already attacking me. You're a Democrat. You're a Fed. You know what my answer is now? Fuck you.
Fuck.
Fuck you. I am in my era of I don't give a fuck anymore, okay? I'm seriously over it. Like, I am past it. I'm in my villain era. I'm in my era of I don't give a fuck. People are saying, you're a Democrat, you're a Fed. It's like, hey, asshole, we are at war with Iran, okay? Wake up. Like, trust the plan, vote for Trump. What are you, 8 years old? You can call me a Democrat, you can call me whatever you want. I'm playing both sides. Okay, we play both sides like Chanel. We're playing both sides. Democrat, Republican. I am going with whatever hates my enemies more. And right now, Republicans are my enemies. I want to destroy them. People say, well, but the Democrats are going to do all this stuff, and the Democrats... Republicans brought us to war in Iran. Period. End of story. You're not listening anymore. You're not getting through. I will not be gaslit. And this is what people need to do. At a certain point, people are going to make up their minds. You're going to have to make your decision, okay? And a lot of people don't love this. I get DMs all the time. People say, you're making a big mistake. You're not going to... Make up your mind. You make your decision. I've made mine. I can only speak for myself. I am a citizen. I am an American. I have a vote. I'm not giving my vote to this treacherous administration. I'm not voting for the party that brought us to war in Iran, for Israel. I will never do that. Never. You can do whatever you want. If you have more tolerance for bullshit, hey man, knock yourself out. Another sucker is born every day. You want to vote for that because the Democrats are worse? Hey man, go for it. I'm not doing that. And to the extent that people are going to attack me on that basis and say, like I said, all the usual allegations, try to destroy my reputation, it's only because they're afraid of that outcome. They don't want white people to know their power. They don't want the base to know its true power. They don't want us to rise up and develop our own political consciousness and start fighting for our own interests. They want to keep us complacent, keep us asleep. You can be angry, but you got to keep voting. You can be upset, but you got to keep playing the game. I'm not playing the game. I don't play games. I flip over the table. I don't like what I'm getting. I flip over the table. I play a new game. And that's where I'm at right now. I have had it, and I'm going to do something about it. Aren't you tired of bitching? I've had it. Now I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to vote for the Democrats because fuck you. People are saying, we're going to go on Twitter and we're going to voice our dissent. That gets us nowhere. That's doing nothing. We tried that. We voted for this. Well, you voted for this in 24. It didn't work. So now I'm trying something else. I'm going to do something about it. And the more they panic, the more I know I'm doing the right thing. The more that people who are paid to lie to me call me out for this, the more I know I'm doing the right thing. People that are literally paid money under the table to peddle influence. Soft money influence. These people are out there saying, hey everybody, it's okay, as long as there's no boots on the ground, here's how we could still win. If people that are being paid to lie to my fucking face, sending my country into a war that we have no business fighting, if those people are telling me, oh, you're a Democrat plant, you're a Fed, well then I know I'm in the right, because those people are the fucking enemy. They are the enemy. They hate you. They treat you with contempt. Contempt in every word. And you know what's funny? I've seen it. I've seen people that have defended this administration in a disgusting fashion. Whores with no dignity. Whores on their hands and knees with no dignity. It's filthy. It's disgusting. I think about people like Andrew Isker. This fat, endomorphic idiot. He's been on Twitter for 2 years saying, got what I voted for. Oh, got what I voted for. I'm a fat idiot. I'm a fat, stupid goy. I'm a goy in abundance. And this guy has done nothing but cocksuck the administration. Since they got in, he has done nothing but make excuses, trust the plan, all the rest of it. I see this guy. This weekend, he goes, you know what? I supported this administration, but I don't like this. He goes, I'm against the war with Iran. This doesn't seem good. And immediately, he's getting attacked. Immediately, he's getting attacked by all his own people. And I see him post on Twitter. He goes, look, guys, I'm not a Democrat. I'm a plan truster. I'm not a third worldist or a panikin. I trusted the plan. Honest. I'm not a third worldist. I'm a heritage American. He goes, but I don't want a war with Iran. He's literally pleading with them. They flipped on him on a dime. That's who we're dealing with. It is a gaslighting psyop. All of it. I saw the same thing happen to Aiden. I saw the same thing happen to Aiden on X from AF Post. He's like Jeb Bush. It was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Until he finally decided it was a mistake. When we launched the war in Iran, he goes, you guys just don't get it. It's about China. This is great. And then within 2 days, he goes, I have a feeling we did this for Israel. You don't say. Oh, really? We invaded Iran for Israel? You don't say. If only someone was warning us. If only someone was warning us. But even him, and the same story. Now, Captive Dreamer is calling him out. Captive Dreamer calls out Aiden on X. You're a disloyal panikin. You're a disloyal R.
Oh, fuck.
And so, these people, they need to lose. I don't even care. They just need to lose. I don't care if the Democrats win. These people need to lose because they hate you. How much do you have to hate a person to lie to their face and tell them, I'm on your side, I'm working for you, I'm on your team, I'm a patriot. We just have to do this, and they're being paid to sell you something that will hurt you. How much do they have to hate you? I think they hate you even more than the Democrats do. Even the plan trusters are not spared from that. So that's why I say I'm like.
ماما الزبالة شوفي شلون ما انسى You see how I never forget? What's so funny?
I'm leaning in. I'm leaning in. I'm on lean, and I'm leaning in. Yeah. My vote for the Democrats is a middle finger to the GOP. I don't care. Say what you want. People say that's a dumb idea. I don't care. That's what I'm doing. I've made up my mind. You have pissed me off royally, and that is now what I will do. And if they want to win in 28, you got to find somebody else. I will not vote for Vance. I will not vote for Rubio. They brought us this. You don't want to repeat this in 28? Give me somebody I can vote for. Give me somebody that's America first. Otherwise, give it to the Democrats. I'll flee. I'll go to Vietnam. I'm out. Country's coming down anyway. What does it matter? And this is what you guys need to understand. This country is fucked. Okay? And the only thing that's going to turn this country around is radical change. Not moderate reform, radical change. If the Republicans are not giving us radical change, they're just giving us collapse at a slower pace, right? They're liberals driving the speed limit. They're standing in front of liberals yelling stop and being rolled over, being steamrolled. So that's actually not a solution. Telling everybody we're going to have whites become a minority at a slightly slower rate and, you know, Israel's still going to run the country and so on. Yeah, that doesn't get us. I don't know what we're buying time for at that point. We have to stop playing not to lose and start playing to win. And that means taking ourselves seriously to start voting for ourselves, voting for our own interests, voting as a bloc, rather than going with Wall Street, Silicon Valley, and Israel every year.
Marco Rubio, Donald Trump.
It's what it is.
Especially Pete. Hey, Pete.
So that's that. Okay, now we're going to move on. Now we're going to take a look at our super chats. I can't even describe it to you how out of my mind I am about this. All right, but let's take a look. Let's see what you guys have to say. It's always the best part, isn't it? Always the best part of the show. Okay.
Sheboygan Grow, I sent $20. That 3K super chat I sent a year ago for a new suit finally paid off. Also, it's crazy you had this all exactly predicted beat for beat the day after October 7th, 2023. Great stuff.
I really did. I really did, didn't I? Thank you.
Meeplemore sent $20. Matt Walsh will be a shot this way until he fills out the apology form.
Well, he'll be
This guy just moved here from America.
For Ben Shapiro.
Where in
Isn't that
America
kind
are you
of a low
from?
bar? Like, don't work for Ben Shapiro, maybe? Kind of
Real
obvious.
sent $50. When are there going to be crypto payments? Did you see? Brian the guy looking fond of the female when he was 17. He got divorced. That was before he ever took any tranny pills. He manifested. He was lying about 92.
Okay. So what's the
Are you
angle there? I'm not really following.
Seems like they're preparing more and more every single day to deploy
So
troops.
you're saying that
Prayers.
you can be a natural tranny? You need to be an ancestral tranny. These Jews and their soy seed oil trannies, I'm trad. There are ancestral trannies and they pass just fine. They don't need all that estrogen. What are you saying? What is your point? What the fuck are you talking about? Brian the Doll was on tranny pills, I think, early. I believe he got, like, medically transitioned when he was 14. He had puberty blockers. So that's just not true. You were misinformed. I'm almost positive that he went on estrogen before he hit puberty. He had puberty blockers. So that's just not... What you're saying is not even true. But I'm not even really sure what it is you're saying. But that's crazy. Bro wants a natty tranny. Bro wants a organic, grass-fed, pasture-raised tranny.
Before.
I got some organic, grass-fed,
People want-
pasture-raised estrogen. I got some nice reverse osmosis, remineralized water. People like that need to be fucking cut in half with swords and knives. I have had it with those people. I have had it with ancestral people. You know, I'm ancestral because I'm a white nationalist, okay? You're ancestral because what? You bought some artisanal cheese? You fucking idiot. You know what else is really funny? Do you know there are more microplastics? In a glass water bottle than in a plastic one. That is like the most delicious morsel. That is a 10-course meal. That is my last meal. How many fucking idiots read an article about microplastics and said, oh, plastic water bottle? Oh, I won't drink out of that. I only do. And they're literally getting more microplastics. And isn't there sort of a lesson in that? Isn't there sort of a lesson there? You know? Isn't there something poetic about that? People go, ew, plastic water bottle, I won't drink out of that. And then you have plastics leaching into the glass water bottle because, people say, huh? Because it is lined with plastic and the plastic leaches in from the cap. So that's just like, you know, we live for things like that. But anyway. Not to go off about the ancestral thing. I just see that video every other week. I see that video of this guy where he lays out his grocery haul and he's like, I got some nice pasture-raised. I got some nice farm-fresh pasture-raised eggs. I got some, organic ice cream. I've got some nice reverse osmosis remineralized water. I've got some nice potatoes. And you're like, dude, get a fucking life. Don't you have a job, you stupid asshole? Don't you have a job? Is this what you do all day? This is what you do all day, I guess. You go to your farmer's market, you buy all this crap, you take it home, and then you lay it all out on the table to take videos of it and show, this is what I'm eating this week. Hey, no one cares, Buster. Hey, Buster, nobody cares what you're eating this week, dumbass. No one cares what eggs you bought at the fucking store. I don't know why that bothered me so much, but it really is. Like I said, it's one of those things, you know how like you go on TikTok and you see the same movie clips every other 6 months? It's like every 6 months you watch the same clip from the same movie, from like the Green Mile or the Green Book or whatever. It's like that. Every 6 weeks on Twitter I see this guy's table. So we got some nice farm-fresh pasture-raised eggs, we got some nice farm-fresh pasture-raised beef. And I'm like, who are you? What are you? Don't you people have any longing? Don't you have any yearning?
All the things get too
is
out of
this what it is for you?
Right after Iran war with the U.S.
tells me that food is fuel, I'm gonna take out my gun and shoot them in the face with a bullet. The next time somebody tells me, you know, you gotta look at food as fuel, I'm gonna go to the trunk of my car, take out a shotgun, and I'm gonna fucking shoot their face off. Food is fuel. No, food is yummy. Okay? Food is yummy. And that's really all we have, isn't it?
Neutron sent $20.
And that's really all we have.
Happy to have your content. You are a sharp-dressed man. Where do you buy your suits? Thank you.
This old thing I got at the farmer's market. Pasture-raised, farm-fresh, no artificial preservatives, no BPAs. It's peaty.
Based Wayne sent $20. This will be my last super chat for a while. I'm getting deployed tomorrow. Appreciate you, Nick. Stay based. Love you all.
Hey, good luck out there, man. Kill out. I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say. Not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say. I don't want to put that out into the world. But hey, good luck, buddy. Good luck, buddy. Go out there and try and stay alive. Okay, we're rooting for you.
Harrison Bergeron sent $100. Hitler shot himself in the bunker to ensure Germany's final victory and ascend to China. Still think you're winning, allies?
Yeah. Thank you for the big super chat. They didn't know what was coming. When they forced Hitler to kill himself, that's when they sealed their defeat. They didn't know that the 1,000-year Reich was imminent after that. God love it. Love the code.
They sent $20. Hey, Nick, did you see that Ireland is sending all of their aircraft carriers to the Persian Gulf?
I did, yeah. I heard Iran is just, they're going to surrender just hearing about it. all of Ireland's submarines, its aircraft carriers, fighter jets, attack helicopters. None of them. They're all being deployed. Honestly, how big of a bitch do you have to be? You don't even have an army? You have nothing? Imagine sitting there in Ireland, or I don't know, some other country, and you have to watch America just go to town on all these little people. Must suck. What must it be like not having been born in the greatest country in the world?
Bald black percent $25. Low lifers infiltrating local/state politics may have to continue to vote for Republicans since they have our voting records.
Or don't vote.
AR $14.50. Hey man, longtime fan, why advocate voting Democrat over pushing solid primary candidates realign with reforming a new party? Dems will flood borders again and continue the bullshit. God
Because
bless.
I want them. Okay. We're not going to keep this one.
PS sent $20. Sexually assault Sneeko.
No. We're not raping Sneeko, molesting Sneeko. We're not SAing Sneeko. Do not grape Sneeko. No graping. No SA. I don't want to see anybody SA Sneeko. He's our guy, man. He's our, he's our brown card. Yeah, that's my nigga, We love Sneeko. He's the GOAT. We just need him to come over to our side. We need him to come over to our way of looking at things, No SA. No graping him.
Jason Todd sent $20. Leon Kennedy is a patriot. Sodian sent $20. Is it okay to use my AVP card in public with my AF merch on? Or will it make you look bad?
Nah, knock yourself out. Who cares?
Frizzy sent $20. Not that transfer. Is Paul Market useful for info of decisions? Also low at refusing to vote GOP and B plus 67 Chicago like Host Matters.
Is that real? Well, okay, hey, idiot. I have a big platform, dumbass. Yeah, if I was just some guy in Chicago, but I'm the 7th most powerful Chicagoan. I'm not saying this as a Chicagoland voter. I'm saying this as the 7th most powerful Chicagoan as ranked by Chicago Magazine. So, you're an MTF detranser. You could never get that out of me. Why would you go and tell people that? If you're detransing, you should just say, hi, I'm a regular guy. Bro introduces himself. Hey, MTF detranser, by the way. Anyway, is Polymarket degenerate? Like, what? So what's with the preamble? Bro said, yeah, you in the back. Hey, yeah, male to female detransitioner. Anyway, is Polymarket degenerate, or is there actually... It's like, bro, if that were me, you could never get that out of me. Why don't you just say, hey, I'm a regular guy? Hey, I'm a regular guy with a normal-ass question. Nothing. But thanks. Polymarket, here's what I say about the betting markets. It just reflects as much information as in the world. So I don't actually think it's predictive. It's really more of an indicator of what information is public. So we got to keep that in mind.
And Dacidic for pursuing sent $20. Ayatollah Sam Hadullah stop Greater Israel. Never dance, never Rubio. They are invited to forum.
Great.
Weapon of mass symbol sent $20. Where did all the liberal got fatties launching his growth head still? Did they ghost the movement?
I still see him. I saw New Groypet on TikTok. She kept making audios of me. Some blonde Groypet. Yeah, they abandoned me as everybody does. I have abandonment issues. They left me. They left me. I knew it was never going to last. That's why I never fell for it. They were just trying to trick me to make me look foolish. And now they're all gone. No, there's still some of them around, but they moved on, okay? They moved on to clavicular. They moved on to somebody else. It's the way of the world. It's somebody else's turn.
Tech Buchanan sent $20. My race realism journey started when Norm Finkelstein said the problem is Israeli society. I was like, what the hell was even that? Oh, right. So here I am. Keep up the great work. Anonymous sent $1. And a woman for real. Right, they're on.
I don't know if I can that far.
And it, much love from all fellas in Marine Corps base 1. You have a cute face of supporting
All my fellas. Hey, thank you, man. We appreciate it. All my fellas. We love the Marines.
Jay sent $20.
Love the Marines.
I don't even know who Steve is.
Yeah, how about it? Dan Crenshaw. Lost like a bitch.
Southbound 5498 sent $20. That's like on the easy gap one.
Oh, that's a tough one. Let me think. What do I have? I have the jacket's pretty cool. And the hoodies were nice. But you know what the problem is with the hoodie? It kind of like, it's too, like the hood makes it look like this. The hood makes it look like this. So, that's the only trouble with it, but the normal hoodies were nice. That like blue hoodie that I had, that was a great
They
hoodie.
got $10. Knows his worst from Washington boys like TVD and Kabul. With Jewish handlers on payroll pissing me off. How can they fake disagreements when Israeli subversion is dishonest?
Yeah, they seem dishonest. And Michael Knowles, I'm really disappointed in him. There is nothing he will not chill for.
Ken Basis chocolate cheese sent $1. Let's say hypothetically you could every single one of your ideas be implemented in government plan. But you have to lie for the about for a week to make it happen in the video. If you fail within a week, you can survive. Sent $25. You hit the last word after you realize when the administration is over. He held on for as long as he could.
Yeah, he's a loyal guy. Big Alex, we love him. He's a sweet guy.
And 152 sent $20. Nick, my wife and I pray for the Holy Spirit of God. For the young men, women, and teens that don't know where to start. Volunteer to local marriage. So the Lord he will provide.
Very true, very true. Thank you.
I sent $100. Nick, you don't want to hear your take on first now being on the Western Iran for a ground war with the IRGC. Supposedly this young man is on you. Haven't we already prayed them like you contact with you to abuse them? I feel like this is something you have to speak on.
Well, that's what the show is about. So thank you for the big super chat. We already
Marley
answered.
Baby sent $20. The Jews against well.
Yep.
Wilhelm sent $1.
As
What
always.
is the point of sticking to the GOP if both parties are controlled by Jews anyways? Why not be a nationalist party?
Okay, not going to keep explaining.
Hamiltonian sent $1. I've just been military 2-3 law school and plan to infiltrate FedSo. Do I now qualify as a human capital? Also curious. Have you always been in favor of the basic law? Maybe not. When you just change and what thoughts are you consider?
I don't remember, honestly. Such a long time ago. I was against it when it came out. I was like a Zionist when it came out, but when I was in high school, I was very pro-Israel, and I was like, Iran should never have a bomb, blah, blah. And I don't know. I don't even remember what my take was about it in 2018. I'm not even sure.
No, sent $1. Thoughts on Jose Antonio Reno Rivera, founder of Spain's Forntie, a nationalist authoritarian movement in 1930 Spain?
Blow up, bro.
It's at $0.00 $100. Hi, Mr. Nicholson from Qatar. Welcome to the U.S. Embassy Invasion and Injected Gas Gas, Parenta, Oil. I've been shocked by this. I can't tell you more than that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the big
Really,
super
really
chat.
$10. Can you guys know ASAP? I like him, but his Middle East commentary. I can't do it.
Yeah. Oh, well, he said he's going to do it. It's a question of when he wants to do it. So.
Joe Doyle 96 sent $100. I watch you and proud of you. The two new exports of the U.S. Embassy Invasion and Injected Gas, Parenta, Oil. Have been... I can't tell you more than that.
Okay, thank you for the big super chat.
Can you guys know collab ASAP? I like him, but his Middle East commentary, I can't do it to you.
Yeah, well, he said he's going to do it. It's a question of when he wants to do it. So,
Joe Doyle
Let's
96
see.
sent $100. I watch you and thought most. Between you and I must save you all thanks for $50. You don't know me, Alex Jones should have.
Thanks.
Great job, Alex, to realize this is $50. Venezuela part 2 in a three-part Iran war. As a precondition to an Iran war, we would need to insulate against oil shocks. So we hit A. 1.5 months later, we're at war with Iran.
Hey, that's just not even true. We talked about all that when it happened.
Big Nipper Girl, I sent $20. The Iran war really is a turning point, especially in regard to anti-Semitism. I had a guy in my class bring up 109 countries said schools instead of countries, and the teacher was smiling and nodding.
Really?
Yaddle sent $50. Would you recommend reading Hitler's War of the Lord of the Rings first if you're trying to get the good understanding of the Red Pill? Gesture maxing for the boys. You're in my prayers. God bless. Nick.
Always gesturing. Always gesturing.
Moroccan sent $20. Hey Nick,
hurts
what are
me.
your thoughts on Morocco as a country? As the U.S.'s first friend in the part of the Mediterranean?
I have no thoughts on them, but they are a slave to Israel. They're in the Abraham Accords.
Rapist of all sent $40. I 177 on the LSAT. I'm 6'2 and handsome. Just here to brag. Thank you.
Oh, well, congratulations. Good for
Aaron
you.
sent $20. JD in
Congrats.
2028 will say he stood up to Israel. Apply leverage so they wouldn't attack Turkey.
Yeah, no. Terrible prediction.
This dog
False.
hunt 988 sent $50. Thanks for another great show. One thing to remember about the average Roy, if they all could read a plot, it'd be a little harder for dudes like us to tell the time. Keep on trucking. Godspeed.
That's true. Well
The
said.
Nationalist sent $1,000. Keep it coming, man. You're truly the highlight of so many people's weeks with your informative insights, logical reasoning, and authentic voice. God bless you, your family, and your supporters.
Hey, thank you very much. Very kind message, and I appreciate the huge super chat. 07's in the chat, please. For the Nationalist. 07's in the chat. W. I appreciate. Thank you. It feels good to be appreciated. The gesturing is not in vain. I appreciate that.
Mad Dog America sent $20. Hypothetically, if the community raised enough.
That's all it is. That's how I literally feel every night.
It is-
I'm a jester, you know? This is me every night. And this is you guys. This is you. This is you. You're unimpressed.
Accomplishing that.
Great show.
It is not.
And then this is me. With the song playing in the background. So, that's what made me think of it. I'm not crazy. I was just thinking of the visual. But thank you for the huge super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Very kind message. I'm glad it's the highlight of your week. Oh, man.
Mad Dog America sent $20. Hypothetically, if the community raised enough money to start America First Party, would you be supportive of Thomas Massey as our nominee? Do you think he'd be a good pick for the position?
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We need a hostile takeover of the GOP. This whole third party thing, do you know how much money it costs to get on the ballot for a third party? Like millions of dollars. Many millions of dollars to get ballot access. It's not a walk in the park, and I've always been very skeptical of third party. And even the Thomas Massey thing, I like him, but he's not the guy. I don't want to do some Nicky Knack protest candidate. I want fucking Hitler. I want Caesar. In the flesh, okay? I want something real that is actually going to take us across the Rubicon. I don't want some, no offense, some nerd who is like a libertarian and whatever. That guy's not presidential, and I like him, but he's clearly not Caesar. I want Caesar. I want Napoleon. I want Alexander. I'm not settling for anything less, and I want a Republican. If Trump could do it, someone else could do it. We don't need a third party, and I don't like the third
First
party.
sent $20. Get your ass down there, help out the border team. I still haven't got the borders. Jake sent $20. Thanks for the correction on the over shopping last night. Nick, what do you think the Iran looks like?
Herds and special ops.
Raise up to $20. 41 voted for Trump. It's not believing sold out the principle of America First.
Yeah, I know. Well, believe it.
You Arabian girl for $25. How's your mom not passing on brother protest? Red hot emoji.
Oh, well,
Emoji.
I'm not Muslim.
Don't be sent $10. Episode 16 of the First. Big show. The American vocal story makes it threat. Duran is not. You are super history notes. Monster Mike sent $50. All the fucking ultimate.
Every single
Women
thing.
America sent $25. Our matters. Game French party walking tonight. The whole class sent $20. Israel launch rebels into the atmosphere with complete global saturation. Sunglasses emoji. Politics of partisan sent $20. Change my mind. I don't think it fits with peace. Why would you government pass a day back in the photo layout?
Okay, so just not even.
Politics of partisan sent $20. When do we start talking? First thing when I watch it. Joe sent $20. How do you become glad to have so chat here too? He's full running the front of Rubio talking points.
Well, maybe you can invite
Somebody
me
had
on.
the garage sent $20. Whatever happened with Jimmy Dore? Let us vote our way out.
Okay, we're just not even.
Politics of partisan sent $20. When do we start talking? First thing about the final watching. Joe sent $20. How do you become glad with Asman so his chat can hear the truth? He's fully riding with Trump and Rubio talking points.
Well, then he can invite
Something
me.
had $20. Whatever happened with Dore? Is your psychic convinced enough to interview you?
I think that's exactly what
Double Two
happened.
Jumbo sent $20. Me movement died in Mahali. For God's sakes, enough with the war correspondence skit. You sound like Goyim in abundance sent
Okay, you
$20.
like it,
Have you
then
seen
go
that
watch.
Anthropic has fallen out of favor with the current administration? They favor all the unrelated. Lucky tweeted this to a Jew. Bro, please. I like the juice, but you are making it really hard with this don't expose Epstein or his French chick. JFC. Is Palmer coming around? Jacob 2003 sent $20. Watching you and Alex Jones on the show is peak male experience. God bless you. My prayers also go out to AD.
Yeah. Prayers up for Aiden Ross. I heard his sister passed. God bless him. Pray for him and his family and for her. I just can't even imagine what he's going through. It must be devastating. I saw that just before I went live. I got to reach out to him, but so horrible. I can't even imagine. And it just goes to show you never know what somebody's going through. You know, he's clearly going through a tough time. I'm praying for him. I'm praying for his family. I'm praying for his sister. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, we love him. He's a good guy. You can tell he's a good guy. He loves his family, and I hope he hangs in there.
Sean Vance from ID sent $50. Can we organize and go to Washington and protest for this administration to step down immediately? This is the tyrannical government our forefathers warned of. Did Mitch sent $20? Just wanted to say I'm probably the biggest liberal and disagree with 90% of what you say, but I do appreciate your perspective and how much I've learned about Israel and the other side of my views.
Glad to hear it.
Roy for Steve sent $20. Stream discussion / debate with Asmonville on the Iran war. Phil 0 sent $20. You like it to tell thanks for 28. You still understand the
No, absolutely, he's an idiot.
Roy for sent $20. You go ahead. Just start learning about behind the violent war or not. I don't see anyone else covering this situation about this. Thanks. I'm on I was one vote for $100. I was the vote for the if I was the Bitcoin there is even called I also double check with Rock before I even say it's pronounced that way. I was just
you were wrong, and you were wrong. But I appreciate the big super chat. Damn, that sucks that you were wrong. I was wrong, Gloiber. That's insane. That's crazy. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You know, double check.
Next Force sent $50. Funny how they look things up to do there. On the reason to attack Iran. She's the same as you said
You were
$100. New book / debate is one.
for him. Pray for him.
$1 later. Look at this to review. Look, please. I like to do something really hard because for this honor. Yes, talk about. Give me protest for this. What you say about debate with Asmonville on the Iran war. Golem 0 sent $20. Debate with Asmonville on the Iran war. Golem 0 sent $20. New Groy for here. Just started learning about your movement right on the war with Iran. I don't see anyone else covering this historic event like this. Thank you. On my journey. I was wrong. Roy percent $100. Long ago, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
Fuck
right.
Josh Howard.
Beirut, 40 years ago.
Beetlejuice 69 sent $20. Is up Beirut barracks bombing as a reason to attack Iran. She's the same that you would say the USS Liberty happened so long ago it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
Fuck
right.
Josh Howard.
Beirut, 40 years ago.
Yeah. Jeez, and we're going to war for some event that happened 40 years ago. Great.
That's why we're going
$20.
That's insane. That's crazy. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Just, you know, double check.
Thank you, Peel Sports Kids, $50. Funny how they opened up Beirut barracks bombing as a reason to attack Iran. She's the same that she would say the USS Liberty happened so long ago it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
Fuck
right.
Josh Howard.
Beirut, 40 years ago.
Beetlejuice 69 sent $20. Nick, did you see Matt Walsh calling out Trump and asking why he thinks he can make a move like this in Iran that is clearly controversial? That he cannot go through his mass deportations?
I did, yeah. Yeah, maybe he's finally coming
Roy Perkins
around.
sent $100. Here, leader. 4 quarters if sorted. Can't wait. Gen X with Polish side agree. You are the best political commentator I've ever heard.
Thanks.
You had me when you talked about Huntington Clash of Civilizations. Thank you, dear leader. You are the go. W
Thank
for
you,
America
man.
first.
I appreciate the big super chat. Yeah, put some respect.
That was $17.76 sent $1. You can operate. Prediction game. Intelligence match.
Ladies and gentlemen, fine. What yourself a lot. Poison's the best stuff.
That one go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure there'll be more
Zog
casualties.
sent $1. Well, it seems like she's a life of Monster and I and some good buddies. Hope they get home soon. Praying for all families affected.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure there'll be more
Zog
casualties.
sent $1. Well, it seems like they don't have much evidence anymore. If there's anything to US, I'm Moby. Telling Cosmos Motion. That one go. $97. Thanks for the show. Thanks to you, I'm your politics and world as well as having you stronger in my Catholic faith. Although I voted for Trump since I was swept by voting.
Oh, yes.
Did you see that piece when I sang so that's when the 2028 presidential election? By 2028, everything for a horse.
And so, yeah, they're all still on Team Vance, which is disturbing. Gates, Green, Tucker.
I want her to check $10. She said this kid nobody's talking.
Hey,
No, love you.
thanks. I hope she's not turned off by all the other stuff when I go a little crazy at the end when I get a little goofy. But that's very sweet.
Marcus
Thank you.
only $100. This is serious. You can't see Turkey will take more than any organized regime change for Syria. Also, around 25 million Turks. This might be the last video.
That's true. You're right. I don't know if I agree with the last part. It's all about. I don't know if I go that far. But yeah, Iran has a huge Turkish population. And, you know, we're right there with Turkmenistan. So that's where it starts getting. So it's possible. I don't think it's a false flag. I think that was probably Muslim, but I don't know. Everyone is saying it's a false flag. I don't know. Are they using that to justify anything? I don't think so. I think okay, call me a narrative talk. I think that was just Muslim.
Jeffrey Epstein says Zuckerman. Ego date.
No, dude, they have no capability.
I have not been to the gym in like a month. I got the Shia marks on my chest. Six pack. There's no poor gains. There's no gains at all. I haven't been to the gym whatsoever. One time. It's gonna be good.
Oh god.
Good to be here, everybody. Lots to talk about day 4 of the war. Right now, day 4 update of the war. One time. Gains. There's no gains at all. I haven't been to the gym whatsoever. I have not.
Now your LCS purchase just $0. $199.20. $20. You will find the Iranian Patriots brave front in the crusade against Islam, something that should support 100%. Now you will see us purge Islam from the region while neutered Europeans live under it.
Yeah, that's just delusional. We don't care about your brown country.